Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle. Welcome back to the Everything in Between podcast. Today, we have a beautiful, wonderful guest on our show. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hi guys, my name is Monsorio and I'm really excited to be here.
Okay. So, for our audience to know you better, I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions. So, what the first one is, what's your favorite ice cream color? Say color, flavor.
Vanilla. I'm
Cats or
very vanilla.
cats or dogs?
Um, Animals.
You like animals?
Yeah,
Everything.
except snakes. Snakes are nasty.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What's the last song you listened to?
Um, it's called Carry Come Carry Go by Obongjaya.
Oh, you listen to
I
him.
love Obongjaya. So
Same. I like this type of songs. What's your go-to karaoke song?
I didn't even sing it like that. So let me see. Uptown Funk.
Uptown Funk. Uptown Funk.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite way to spend the day off?
It depends. Because sometimes I really just want to be indoors. Sometimes I really cannot sit at home. So I'm either sleeping in or I'm just gallivanting.
Okay. What's the weirdest food combination that you enjoy?
Weirdest food combination. Okay, it's not weird. It's very very tasty. Like, everyone should try it. So cucumbers, sour cream, cinnamon powder, or cottage cheese.
Yeah.
It's not weird. Everyone should give it a try.
Cinnamon, cucumbers, and
Cinnamon powder, cucumbers, sour cream, or cottage cheese. Like mix it up.
really,
Yeah.
that's really an interesting food combination. We'll try it one day.
Okay.
You make for us.
Okay.
What's one thing you can't live without?
One thing I cannot live without. My headphones.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, you can like carry everywhere.
Very important part of my being. It's an organ.
Please. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Biggest pet peeve. Biggest pet peeve. I feel like I have one too many.
Just like the biggest one, the one where it's like, if you see this one, you're like, I can't do.
Okay, no, my biggest pet peeve is just people making me when I'm sleeping.
When you're sleeping.
Even though I can sleep through anything,
Um,
some days I just
you hate it.
yeah.
What's your favorite movie genre?
It would be I don't love horror, but also don't like romance.
You don't like romance?
I don't hate it, but like when that's all that is to the movie,
Oh,
it just like
you want something else?
yeah, a bit of romance and mystery,
Oh,
thrilling, all of them.
thriller
But
kind
I
of.
don't want you to make me scared.
I can't stand horror. Even Sinners.
It
See, everybody that said that movie was so nice,
was absolutely amazing.
but it was
I
horror,
was I was scared. I literally screamed.
and you liked it.
I had to go watch it again because the anticipation took away from like
God forbid.
from
When after I finished, I regretted instantly watching that movie.
hmm,
I hated it. There was nothing. Let me know insult anybody because there are some sinners fans that will come for me. But yeah,
it was a very good movie.
what was
And I usually
what was the storyline?
there was a lot of things about first of black culture like
Okay, yeah, I understand
inculcated
the
into
yes.
the whole thing about white people just being there. So
Yeah, I got that part.
his wife, not his wife, that woman,
Yeah.
she was such an amazing part of the story because I don't know their relationship just the
I
whole thing
started. Is
about
it the lady in the blue dress?
yeah the smokes thing
Smokes.
smokes the
She was
lady that was
dark.
into the potions and
Yeah. That's what I mean.
yeah
She was in the blue dress, I think.
yeah I remember. But like their story was very very And then the whole thing about spirituality and adding the part about church. I mean, even though I don't agree with some parts of it, it was a good movie when you look. There were so many things to it.
Maybe it's just me, but
Are we
I
calling
watched
this
it.
part?
I'm not cursing. If you want me to curse it, I'll curse it.
No,
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 I
you
would
don't
tell
have to.
you. Okay. What was I going to say? I watched it on my birthday and I regretted it. I was like, I would have just spent my time doing something else, but whatever. To be fair, I watched it just because everyone was talking about. And when it comes to movies, whenever somebody's talking about something, I'm like, okay, let me see what people are talking
And
about.
the exact opposite. When everyone is talking about it,
Are you serious?
yeah.
That's just me. And I actually listened to a podcast. Actually, I said what I said. The host Jola, she was like, "Oh, it's so nice, this, that," and I was like, "Okay, if Jola is recommending it, that means it's actually."
So not disappointed.
I went to watch it as
I mean, it happens.
Alright, sure. The last rapid fire, coffee or tea? Like which one would you rather drink?
So I'm winning off of coffee.
Really?
Yeah,
Like why?
because I used to consume it so much,
Oh,
and then the side effects are not very.
yeah, it keeps you alert.
Yes,
Very
and then it
alert.
just gives me these tremors all day.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know coffee gives that.
That's the reaction I have to coffee. So now I'm a very big tea person, and it happened because I just met I met someone that would always drink tea, and then he made me drink tea, and then now I just
I
drink
actually
tea.
like tea, like all those infusing teas.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger tea is definitely a fave.
Ginger tea is really nice.
Right. So now to our topic of today, we're going to be talking about understanding the true meaning of feminism because a good number of you out there do not really know what it means to be a feminist or like basically understand the entirety of feminism. First things first, you would you like if someone met you outside and asked you why you're a feminist, would you tell them yes or no?
So it's a very difficult question. It's not very difficult. It's just there's a lot to it. So in the true idea and the concept of feminism, I would say yes. I am a feminist, and I believe everybody should be a feminist if they understand what it is about. But then, some people walk up to you and say, "Are you a feminist?" And they're asking because they want to know if you hate men.
Yeah.
Right. I don't believe in hatred
Yeah.
toward. I don't believe in targeting a bunch of people just because you have a baseless or generalized opinion. But then, in the true idea of feminism and all it's about, I am a feminist. You should be a feminist.
But like if someone asked you to define feminism or say what's if someone says okay what's feminism about, what would it be?
Um, Feminism is about achieving the goal of equality, freedom, liberty, right? Making sure that people that are often unheard become heard. Yeah, that would be amazing for me, and that's what from the beginning of time
Mm-hmm.
was, I mean, the main concept. So yeah, feminism for me is not about taking power or rediverting power. It's about distributing power equally so everyone
Yeah,
is fulfilled.
I feel like nowadays people have twisted feminism into hatred for men. Like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
feminists hate men, they don't want good for men. Especially
Yeah.
like with social media, Twitter, like you see feminists, when feminists marry, they're like, oh, they are misleading women they mislead women to hate men and then they end up marrying. But I'm like, feminism and hating men. If you hate men, that's what they will call it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, misandry. That's a very different set of people that
Mm-hmm.
do that. But I don't think it's fair to downplay the work that feminism has done, like to liberate
Yeah.
women from the
Right from when it was just about, oh, firstly they wanted to vote, right?
yes,
Why
yes, that
can't
was the
women
first
vote?
thing.
Then next, the second wave,
Yeah,
they said, oh, we want reproductive rights, we
right,
want rights in the
yes,
workplace. You shouldn't just let us off because we get pregnant or because we get married. Because women, at some point, women literally stopped existing as soon as they got married. Yeah, you become tied to your husband, and he determines this and that, and all you have to. Yeah, so that's the concept of feminism, and no part of feminism should include hatred, right?
okay.
That's not the agenda. That's not what anyone who truly believes in his cause works towards. It's just that to an extent, a big part of it is when you see women that come out to talk about things like this, they come out and they're angry for obvious reasons, right?
Yeah, for
When you
obvious
have a
reasons,
bunch of
actually.
marginalized and suppressed people, if they're expressing their opinion, you would sense like some sort of anger.
Anger, yeah.
Right.
It's more
so
like passion that comes out as
to an
anger.
extent is justified.
Mm-hmm.
And then we should also consider that women are not necessarily allowed to express these emotions,
Yeah.
especially in public
Angry
places.
black woman.
Yeah, that's another thing. Right from when the whole course of feminism started, it didn't exactly include black women.
Yes.
So it was like you complete a course and then you have to do another thing and then you have to add another part. So that's why we have like it keeps coming back in cycles. We want voting rights, we want reproductive rights. Now we're saying, you know what, we have all of these, but it's not including these people, it's not including certain people, right?
Yeah, it's because there's some areas in the world, countries not to be mentioned, but like there's some areas in the world where women still can't, they don't have a voice, they can't say anything. I mean, and these things are not blindsided. It's in the news, you can see it, you hear it every day. And I feel like for me, some of the main ideas of feminism is like, I mean, you can't say men and women are not equal in the sense that a man is not equal to a woman. We have different biological, physiological formats, but we should be allowed equal opportunities. So if I'm going to work in an office and I submit my CV, I should be like employed based off my CV, not because you think I'm a woman or you think a marketing person and you need a woman that is slim and slender. So you now give me, can I actually do? Do you understand? It's like, why are you picking a woman or a man over a woman? Because you think, oh, a woman is this, a man can't do that. No, that's what feminism is about. Give us equal rights and also equity in the sense that women and women may not have the same capability to do certain things. That's why you see most men are, what do you call that thing? Bricklayers, for example. And I mean, women can be bricklayers as well, but you will not see most. I've never, to be honest, I've never seen a woman bricklayer before. It's just like we have different needs, so let the resources be shared according to those needs. But like, if you sit back and look, what do you think are the major goals of feminism outside of what like social media says, quote unquote?
Yeah. See, the funny part is, men are very often affected by patriarchy, right?
Yes, they
Very
are.
often
Men
affected
even subdue men self.
a lot more than they would like to admit. So the whole point of feminism is equal rights for everyone, equal opportunities. Okay, a woman is not necessarily how do I put it? She's not necessarily um what's the word I would use? You wouldn't say a woman just pick up bricks.
Yeah, that kind of
Except
thing.
she's how do I put it? She's been doing it and now she has acquired what she needs to be able to like effortlessly carry out this task, right? So a woman wouldn't just pick up brick because men obviously biologically
they're kind of genetically
equipped with more strength.
Yeah,
A woman has to
genetics,
work to an extent to acquire the same level the average man would have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you would expect to see more men in this field. Now, in the same sense, if you have a bunch of bakers,
You
right?
expect more.
If a man walks into a room filled with people that bake cake, he wouldn't be looked at twice. Not necessarily. Maybe in the sense that it's a very odd scenario.
Yeah, and even like if you take a look at nannies, for example, I've never seen a male nanny.
Exactly. So we are trying to tell you that in this situation, even though it is odd, he's here, he's baking, so he deserves equal opportunity, right? You shouldn't say, okay, this person doesn't get as much attention or as much I don't know results for their work just because their gender is you expect that this gender is not expected to do this work. Yeah, so that's the whole point of it. And another goal, like the main goal is just to, in this when we come to women, because women are like a big part of the drive. Just knowing that being born a female doesn't by default limit you. That's the main goal of feminism, and that's what we're trying to achieve.
Because in some places, like even some northern, still in the northern part of Nigeria, they will tell you that as a woman, your role is in the kitchen. So when if your father has 5 children, 3 of you are male, 2 of you are girl. The boys will go to school, they will tell you that you don't need to go to school. When you get to a certain age, they'll marry you off. And that thing still happens up to now. Um, it's in Nigeria, it's very much in Nigeria. And that's why when people start to argue all those oh, feminist this, that, feminist that. I feel like they argue it from a very limited point of view. Like, you're just what you're seeing of people are going back and forth on Twitter with you. But if you look at the real world, like the real society, you see that it's still affecting women in Nigeria. When, for example, I'm using Nigeria as a case study because we are Nigerians and I can only speak for Nigeria. And for example, the north, because I somewhat like live into northern part of Nigeria and I've been there. It's very what's the word? It's very demeaning to the girl child because they are marrying you off at 18, 19, you barely know anything, but somebody has come to pick you up from the village and you have to continue life without education. You just be in your house and be making food at the noon. So it's still very important to us to speak on feminism as people because you can never get tired of asking for equal rights. Because even on the larger scale, for example, people are still arguing what do you call that thing? Abortion, no abortion, abortion rights, legal, no legal. Like, do you understand? So it's not something that just fades away in an instance. It has to be a continuous topic. But outside of that, when was like the very first time you came to fully understand feminism? Let's say you heard it from somewhere.
And I think we've we've had like several experiences that we've
Yeah.
encountered to make us be aware of
Mhm.
feminism in the sense of it, right? Um, I heard about female genital mutilation.
Oh my god, so I was actually going to mention that just now.
You know what? The thought of it just sent shivers down my body.
Have you read Dream Count?
I haven't.
Okay, it was mentioned in the book. Still happens.
Yeah, apparently it still does,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, but like things like that. Oh, personally, I think we've all had experiences in church. They tell you, oh, boys don't carry the chair, girls don't share biscuit. So things like I mean, it's just gender assigned roles basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Or I had this experience where my mom. So throughout high school, I asked my mom to. I said, I really want to learn how to drive, even
Mm-hmm.
though I had this intense fear of driving, and I would have like dreams where I would drive and everything would go wrong. So I wanted to challenge because that's a big thing I do when I say that I have
Mm-hmm.
a certain fear. I want to actually
Challenge it.
attack it and like.
Yeah.
So I told my mom, I really want to learn how to drive. She says no, till you're done with high school, no driving, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Okay, no problem. And then as soon as my little brother is done with the GS3, she's like, so you need to start driving. And that's very much internalized misogyny, isn't it? And this is what she literally
Oh
took
my
us
god.
years back.
Oh my god.
So that's another experience. So many, like, it's just
I
one
mean, yeah,
of a
yeah,
few
so many. You
of
I
so
feel,
many. Rather.
I feel like as you're growing up, you get to even with some certain cultures, it's like, oh, the man has to. I don't know. It's ingrained in our mindset that a woman you just belong. There are some men in Nigeria up to this day that will tell you, as a woman, what's your function? You belong in the kitchen. What are you arguing for? Oh my god! I don't know if you know this channel on YouTube, Cruise. I watched the feminism versus anti-feminist they have this versus that topic, and the person was anti-feminism. It was actually a girl. She was like, "Oh, the man is the head and the woman is the neck. So why would you think that you can't function without the neck or something?" I could not understand what she was trying to land, but she was trying to say, "Oh, women be submissive to men. Like you have to. He's your head. You are just the neck." And the point of view she was coming from almost was from like the Bible. But you see, the problem with people that read the Bible is that they read the first sentence, they don't continue after that. Because in the Bible it says, women submit to your husbands, men love your wives. It means that it's not one without the other. And people try to twist it as if, as a man, you're the domineering power, and if you say A, it has to be A. Your wife cannot even say B. And I was just like,
And that's feminism challenges.
Mm-hmm.
It challenges these notions,
It
and
does.
people become triggered when they are the receiving receiving end of the
Have you
advantages, right?
seen men arguing about this?
Yeah, we already discussed that we're not going to go deep. So immediately you mentioned that statement about head and neck. I'm like, what, let me just relax. This is a very cool. We're just giving basic education and knowledge, guys. Nothing much, nothing deep. So if we would get into it, it would be here for a very long time. But the head and the neck is crazy, and
No, she was trying to give an analogy. Personally, I did
yeah,
not understand the
I
analogy
look again where she's coming
coming
from and
from.
going to, but I don't want to follow her. That's very crazy. That's insane.
I didn't understand. To me, I would never think that a girl would be anti-feminist. Again, I would say
It's
you are anti-feminist because again, you don't know the true meaning of what it stands for.
mm-hmm.
Because if you're anti something that liberated you and gave you the chance to be able to open your mouth and speak today, then once you ask yourself like, okay, am I really okay? Like,
Mm-hmm.
is everything really okay
Does
with
she
me?
does she think she should in a world where feminism doesn't exist? Why are you on YouTube? Why exactly are you on YouTube? I'm sure she's of
Yes.
marriageable age. I'm sure she
She
could.
probably is. She looked quite. I mean, in Nigeria, you can marry from 21
Yeah, so you
or 26.
easily could be
So
cleaning diapers and
I don't have
asking your husband what he wants to have for dinner. But
actually.
thanks to what
But if you look at feminism from a like from an inclusive point of view, what would you say has been like the positive impacts that if you see it in society, you can easily spot it out and be like, this happens today because of the impact of feminism, of how things have gone over time.
Nigerians basically being able to do so many things
Things,
you can
yeah,
attribute to like the impact of feminism, the positive impact. You have very brilliant people like Chimamanda who
yeah,
continuously talk about and advocate for women and women's rights and women's wrongs, right? Because so
yeah.
many things that are wrong and not
Actually, right.
exactly so we have things like this. So many things that we are allowed to do nowadays we can attribute to the impact. Being able to work,
Yeah,
being able to even have access to your own finances.
yeah,
That's a very big part. Being able to even speak about certain
yeah.
things.
Speak up for yourself.
Yeah, very, very big
Oh
impact
God,
of
I saw a video
feminism.
where the man was trying to press the woman that when like they're a married couple, that when she got her first salary, she didn't touch it. She came to give it to him.
I saw that video. She knelt
I
down
said,
and she
huh?
said,
Yes.
"Daddy, what do we do with the
I said, huh?
money? Girl, go buy a Gucci bag. Leave daddy alone." But yeah,
I was just like, huh? What do you mean by that? What does that even mean?
and she sat down there and I couldn't tell if she was agreeing with him or she just was biting her tongue. And I really
Nah.
hope she was just biting her
I
tongue.
feel like she was. I couldn't even watch the full video because I was as soon as I just heard it was once she got her first salary. I said, huh?
And he was so happy, so jolly.
Yeah, like he was so proud. Like, oh, she came to me as per her master. Oh, hello. Even if I get my first salary, I'm not gonna give my. I'm not gonna show you my. I'm not show my parents. Why would I not gonna meet you? Oh, so just imagine now. You've worked. You've earned your doctor. Like you're a doctor, and you go to whatever country you want to go to. Let's say Canada, US, UK, Nigeria, even maybe anywhere, and you get like the first millions in your account. You now can honey, this is my first.
That is an impact of feminism. But now, as eventually,
That's crazy.
when I do earn for
Yeah.
myself, I know that I can confidently disclose whatever it is I've earned
And yes.
to whoever, to my
Yeah.
parents, and they wouldn't think that they have some sort of entitlement
Entitlement
to it,
to the
right?
money.
So I can confidently say that, oh, this is what I've worked for,
Mhm.
this is what I've gotten for my hard work, and it is mine, right?
It is yours. It's not
That's
okay.
another impact.
She went to give him the money. Okay, so what do you now do with the money? So what
They
is his
use
own?
this.
What is the when he earns his own money? Come and give you when you see my money.
No, he's the head. So
She's the head and she's the neck. I
she's
can never forget that analogy. And
very,
then
very
God,
crazy.
that day I was running mad. Like you know when they say somebody's running.
She's the head and he's the neck.
Because I had watched a couple of their videos back to back, and I was just like, was like you see when they say the problem in Nigeria is not even the government or anything. It's
No,
just
it's very much the people.
it's very much their
Everyone.
mindset. God, there was a woman that her her husband had beaten her into coma 3 times, and she was on a panel, and the other woman there was saying, "I know my husband beats me, but he loves me."
He does. He loves her, and he wants to,
And
he wants.
and they asked the woman that, "Oh, if your husband did something to your daughter negatively, what will you do?" And she was like, "Yes, I know he's wrong. I will report him to the police, but I won't divorce him."
Yeah, so that when you have another daughter, he can do it again.
I was like,
So he
you
can
know,
do it
when and
again.
they were trying to invalidate the woman that had been beaten into a coma for, and that woman, she was in a marriage for 25 years, so it's not like marriage was 1 year and she had to walk away or divorce. He had been for so long, and you know when you're just watching something and you're like, are you people mad or something? Even the woman, me, I was pitying her. I say I was in coma for. Do you know what coma is? And you're coming to tell me that
He beats you, but
he
he
loves
loves you.
me. What's that even supposed to mean?
I'm trying to see where it connects and where it makes sense.
Please, you see, this is why you should actually listen to people who are feminists, because I don't. Do you know that Dara the Niger girl?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Dang. When she speaks, a lot of people, even when she recently got married, she received a lot of backlash, and people were like, "Oh,
Feminists don't marry.
feminists do not marry." And I was like, "Who told you that? Do you get like?" She supports women's rights, and she's always trying to help women, even with her platform. That's basically what it is. Like, people send their stories to her and she tries to figure out a way to help them. And even she has you see a podcast. I don't know if it's a podcast, but like a talk show where she reads out the story to guests, and the guests are usually celebrities. And today's no, not today. The yesterday's episode was about a girl that was still beaten by him. Anytime her boyfriend gets angry, he beats her. But she was like, "Oh, I really love him. Oh, he's a really good man." So she's choosing to stay, basically. And she was like, "Oh, is it bad that she's choosing to stay?" And I was like,
I just really need to point out that I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard not to speak
"No, you
because
can't speak."
because it's very very how do I put it, upsetting to hear people think that they should associate
Yeah,
physical violence with,
love.
to an extent you hear some women say I need a man that can correct me. So what makes you think
My
that?
God, can I ask me this one day whether whether she was on TikTok that, "Oh, I need a man that can shout at me, that will flog me when I misbehave, as per you are a child."
Why has your nervous system been so rewired to accept that this level of, I don't know, violence is a form of love?
Then the girl was trying to justify the man that, "Oh, he has never done it. He has never beat me to the extent where I'll go to a
He will, but
hospital."
okay, let's wait.
And it's just when he gets angry and see her.
Okay, he hasn't been angry enough.
And this
She's still a girlfriend.
she's still a girlfriend, but he wants to wife her, but she's scared that if
She
she
should wait. She
that's
should
exactly
wait.
what
She hasn't
the
wiped up.
diary of Nigeria girl said. She said he's doing like this, he's doing like this. Once he takes full control of you in the center, you're not his
Exactly.
wife.
That's the whole point. I'm thinking about this, like, to an extent, the whole
Nah.
girlfriend boyfriend stage is very performative, right?
It quite
Everybody
is.
is trying to be
Be
on
on
their
their
best
best
behavior
behavior.
and keep things going. And even in his performance, he's beating
beating
you, and
you.
you think he wouldn't go.
I think
Girl,
he wouldn't continue.
I just wish that one day, not just women, I wish that everybody can understand that you shouldn't associate so many things with each other.
You shouldn't
Beating,
actually.
not just beating, physical,
Violence.
verbal, mental, emotional violence should not be
Yeah.
associated with love at any point. When you see people like this, no matter how much you love or care about them, you should understand that loving yourself is going
It's
to
always-
outweigh whatever
yeah.
love you have for them. And care about them from a distance. Love yourself first. So he hasn't beaten you to the point of taking you to the hospital yet, but you don't think he's going to do it one day.
What if he gets worse? What if he's really angry? What if, let's say, he just lost $1 billion contract? And
What if
Ah.
he hits you on a day where you're so delicate that you shouldn't be taking
or
any
let's say
form
you're
of
already ill.
physical
That's crazy, please. You see, these are like one of the things that feminists fight for. Like women who choose to stay in abusive marriages, they try to help them, or even relationships, they try to help them out of it. And you can't keep fighting a system and thinking that you will win the system if you don't change. Because if you're accepting that, if you're inculcating it, I mean, I will blame African mothers. They'll say, oh, it's not just beating. Ah, oh,
Yeah,
oh,
he's only
oh.
beating you, but he has married you. He's taking care of you and your children.
He's
You see,
fearing for you.
previous.
This is also another thing of feminism, where it teaches women to have power, to be able to earn for
Yeah, that's what I was
themselves.
just about to say. Independence, because
Yes.
previously a big part of women's thing was, oh,
Yeah.
who's going to take care of my
My
children, who's going to
children.
do this and that. But you see nowadays, women are so quick to get divorced. The divorce rate is just
It's
going,
really high.
and you
Yeah.
can see that women are walking away a lot more than they used to. And I just hope people actually understand that at the end of the day, once again, as much as women were like the big part of the cause of feminism, it should also empower men. You know,
Yeah.
when you see this drive, when you see this amount of passion, it should also drive you to be able to step out in whatever situation you're going through, regardless of your gender. Because men also do be going through it, right? They do. And
Yeah, they
patriarchy
do.
has been designed by a bunch of people who are probably not even with us right now. Some people are still upholding it, but you know, men go through it due to how the system has been set in
Yeah.
place. You have men that don't exactly want to adhere to the typical
Yeah.
like lifestyle that is expected of a man to uphold in the society. And just because that's how you're supposed to take it, they tend to think they should, and it's not a very good way to live life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so feminism is, at the end of the day, everybody will call it.
Everybody benefits from
Everybody
it.
should
Do you
benefit
understand?
from it.
Everybody will
That's a
benefit.
big part.
Yeah, but as like an individual, what are some of the things or simple things here and there that you think people can do to support the impact of feminism in the society and at large?
A very big part, I think, would be firstly listening.
Yeah,
Listening, not just hearing.
listening.
Listening. Then when you listen, comprehend. Then when you comprehend, be willing, be ready to take action. Because inclusivity is not just about bringing people into a certain space. It's allowing them to be heard, empowering them when they are heard. So you should be ready to listen. You should be ready to take action when you see a problem. You should be able to sit back and think about how you can resolve it.
How we can better it.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I feel like again another big thing that you can do is like speaking up for your fellow girl.
definitely.
Don't be that one that
Don't
let's
keep
say
about.
yeah, like if you're in a group of people or let's say a group of boys, quote unquote. This is running very segmental to like secondary school people or teenagers that
Mhm.
just their brain hasn't fully developed simply. And let's say they are kicking or cackling or at a girl that either for something or let's say her body or her choice of something or what she does, let's say what she eats. As a fellow girl, you shouldn't be there in that midst kicking cackling with them. At least be able to if the girl can't speak up for herself, speak up for her, be like, oh guys, what's funny? Like nothing here is funny. That type of thing. Very little ways you can contribute to avoid women being put down and also that time of being a girl's girl, do not pull women down in the sense that you're always the first to speak down on a woman. Like for not she doesn't know you, you don't know her from anywhere, but like a lot of Nigerian women do this thing because whenever you see a Nigerian celebrity that is getting dragged, if you check the comment section, it's women that are there. Let me not say 90. 70% of them are dragging the fellow Nigerian woman,
Mhm.
and I don't think that's a way to uplift women because another goal of feminism even is to uplift women and to give them better opportunities, better hearsay, and putting your fellow woman down because you think it's going to elevate yourself to whatever level you think or maybe to be accepted, quote unquote, it doesn't tally and it wouldn't work out well at the end for you. And because if you see for example, a man's ex, he beat her, he battered her, and you come and he's telling you she was really mad. You too, don't you think that you are also can be mad?
You don't get paid.
like you're going to get beat as
you're
well.
going
So
to
don't
be
join and now be
out.
insulting Dave because
Mhm.
what if that's just the man's nature? Because
Yeah.
even someone shared a story today on like a show I listened to, and she had heard that the man's previous exes, he all used to beat them, and his friends thought, oh, she's the one that's going to change him.
What happened to pattern recognition? Why should I change you? Who am I?
So
Only
you,
God can
and then
change you.
people will tell you, oh, give people the benefit of the doubt or grace. People like to use that word a lot now. Give people grace, but
Okay.
grace is conditional. That's what people forget. I can't see a pattern that is obviously bad over time
Mhm.
and think that, oh, for me it's going to be different. Oh, it's going to be miracle will just happen. No, that's why you study people and you study patterns. So don't be a woman that's oblivious to another woman's problems or another woman's deals. If you see a lady outside, oh, she's stained or her bra strap is out, don't be kicking kakan kakan ha ha ha. Go and whisper to her and be like, oh girl, like this happened. Oh, do you need help? Or help her adjust or something like that. Don't now go and video with your phone. Ah, this girl, she's stained. She's walking on the road. You don't know if she knows that she's stained, for example. So just be a girl's girl. And in the entirety of it, be a girl's girl. Don't be the first to insult another like a random person, especially somebody that's not done anything to you or somebody you don't even know from anywhere. You just be like, that person, she just
I just don't like that.
yes. No, as a person, it's justifiable to not like certain people,
I
but
understand.
there's a
I understand
certain.
that.
There are just people that are mean girls.
Some people use I don't like her vibes. It has been used as a very good way to just hate
Be
for
yes,
everybody.
like just be a mean
Some
girl.
people
Why
are
are you
just
being mean?
your hatred is baseless, very very
It's
baseless,
like this
and
off
then you
nothing.
just go off. I don't like her vibes. I understand like what did you call it? Just what's the word? I forgot the word.
I don't know. There's some people you meet and you just
Discretion.
yeah, just don't
And yeah, you're like, okay, my I don't exactly go with this person.
person. Yeah, we
I'm
don't
just I'm
align.
just reminding everybody that I don't like her vibes. I don't know. It's not exactly. And then I also want to point out that we need to educate little children.
Yes, actually.
We very much need to. These
Educate
also
them
so many of these problems that's right
from childhood.
from school. Like, why are you saying this is your wife?
Oh my
You see
god.
Chukwemeka and you see Angela, you say, Angela, have you greeted your husband this morning? And you think it's a joke. I mean, and you think it's cute because these are cute children, but
Okay.
these are not very cute
Because what's funny, like these
ideas
children
you're
don't even
putting
know
into their
anything.
head.
They don't know anything. The people they don't they may not even know what is husband and wife.
Exactly. I remember as a child, I was the little bride for my mom's friend,
Yeah.
and my mom's friend I was all dressed. I was in all white, and I'm supposed to be there with the little girl. So
Yeah.
I thought it was just me, and I was so happy. I was really looking forward to it, and so many things I remember that I probably shouldn't. But I was 3, and I remember very well that they brought out the little girl. I started screaming, and for whatever reason, as a child, I did not want to get married.
Why?
I wasn't anywhere that that boy was throughout. I wasn't anywhere that that boy was throughout the events, and he was with the couple. So obviously, I wasn't with them. I was just little bride for sure. I was screaming as soon as they bring, and he was just like he just stood there smiling like
But why you do?
I don't know what. Really don't. But anyways, my point is you should be very intentional about
Mm-hmm.
inculcating these values
So, yeah.
into children, not just boys, because you think it's fine to tell a boy that oh you mention things about physical appearance and you
Mm-hmm.
make it seem like that is all that is to
It's
it
women.
about a woman, and there's so much more. And there's so
Over
much more to a woman than just
people
being a
that
wife.
people that like try to what's the word sexualize like little girls. Ah, I see that thing
And
on
as
TikTok
to
and it pisses me off so much. I'm just like, you can give birth to this child. Are you okay? Like, is everything okay inside your
our
brain cells?
wives,
Who is your wife?
you're looking big. I'll come and sit on uncle's lap.
Ew, 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 ew.
That's a
I don't
very
support
different
sitting.
direction.
I don't support
But
like
yeah, it's one of the things
allowing
that
your children to sit
we
on.
shouldn't normalize. We shouldn't exactly
Mm-mm.
normalize
Because you don't know
stereotypes.
that person's intention. I don't care if they're your family. If I even if they're your brother, do you know everybody in your family to their fullest effect? No.
You're looking
So
so
grown
much
up.
bigger.
You're looking like a
Yeah.
woman. What
Wow.
does that even mean?
You're blossoming. Oh God, save us, save,
Oh, please
please save
save the
us.
Save Nine. In fact, save Nigerians. To be
And
honest,
it's very, very harmful to
it's
little
to
to boys
children.
too.
Yeah, because
All of
it
these things
teaches them
have
the
their
wrong things. Because
yeah.
if you check boys that misbehave, they somewhat pick that up in from around themselves, either from their peers or from like family, from what they've seen growing up. So if
Mm-hmm.
you there's a tendency that someone who is abusive to his current wife or current girlfriend, maybe there was a trait of abuse in like his parents' family
Yeah.
or his family even growing up. So those kind of things you have to be very mindful of it. And if you come of age and you go into a sense where it's like, okay, I know I have this flaw. Go to therapy,
Do
seek
something
help, do
about
something
it.
about it. Don't
Don't
just
bask
dwell.
in your
So I was just
your
about to say that. I was
flaws
like,
and your
don't
shortcomings. Do
dwell
something
in the
about
fact
it.
that oh, when I get angry, I used to fling bottles.
It's I mean
Okay,
it's easier said than done sometimes, but when you recognize the
yeah.
problem
I mean,
for your good,
it's not easy to let go of like traits and bad habits that you cultivated. But don't bask in it and be like, oh, me when I get angry, I used to fling everywhere. Oh, I used to I would not punch anybody. What is that?
why would
So
you casually mention
you
it's
are proud of your anger.
and this is my first impression of you. Okay, so what should I do? I should sit down so you can break my head.
And he's like, oh, when I'm angry, I don't like anybody talking to me. I cannot. My blood is hot. It's so hot. I'm like, okay, you are proud of the anger state
It's
that
not
you are
something. It's
in.
not something. It's not good for you
It's
as a
not good for
person.
you. Exactly. It's not good for you
Constantly
as a
being
person.
proud of like that is
It's not
definitely
even
not
good
good
for
for you.
you or for like people around
People
you.
around you
Because now
definitely.
once anybody sees that you're angry, they're like, hey, I beg you, I can't be the next victim. Do you get like it's weird, it's very weird energy. So don't be so oblivious to certain things and understand what feminism truly means before you even begin to say, oh, I'm not a feminist. I don't even like feminists.
Anything outside of the true
True
cause
meaning,
and the
yeah.
true concept of feminism is no longer feminism. Let's
It's no
just put it
longer.
that way.
It's now misandry. It's
It's no
very
longer
simple. There are people
feminism.
justifiably. There are people that hate men. That's their own sex. They have
Mm-hmm.
their own group of people. If you want to fight it, fight them. Don't fight feminists who are just doing the work of empowering women, supporting women, that kind of thing. That brings me to who do you think is like an active feminist that you look up to or that inspires you, like a big name or something.
I know I mentioned Chimamanda
Chimamanda, yeah,
already. There are people like Malala to
yeah, Malala.
do very, very good work. But if I'm going to come down to someone, I didn't even have the opportunity of meeting this woman, and I really do want to meet her.
Mm,
So I remember I was in Lagos doing my A levels, and I met this
yeah.
person, and I've met a few balanced people in my life. But this person very balanced. And once again, guys, it all comes down to upbringing. Bring up your children in the way of
With
the
the
Lord,
Lord.
and
And they
just
will walk in it.
with logic, please, because very, very
Oh.
balanced individual. And
Mm.
his mom, basically, she has an IT company. She does so well for herself.
Mm.
There literally was a time she was in the US and she went for a conference meeting, and the men, they were like, "Oh, like, where's your boss?" And she's like,
I'm the
"I'm the
boss.
boss." So yeah, she brought up these children,
Very
no
well.
assigned gender roles,
Mm.
very balanced. They hear what they need to hear.
Yeah.
She literally his I don't know if I should mention his name. I wouldn't mention his name, but the name she gave him, they're Igbo, right? The name she gave him is a name that Igbo people usually give to girls.
Girls.
And she said, I don't believe in right? The meaning of the name is literally something that has to do with God. Like it's a very
Generic name, like general.
meaning. So why do you
Yeah.
assign this name to girls only? So she usually give him the name, right? So and then even when it comes to gender, like I don't know, I didn't know much about how they earned, but I know that she, compared to her husband,
And
she
more.
earned a lot more, and he was very supportive of her. They help each other. You just see him, and he's a very balanced person. And that was one of the things that drew me to this person. I'm like, you're so balanced. What is
Balance.
this? And sometimes I just wanted to listen to him talk.
Oh.
Yeah, so I would mention this lady, and I would also mention her husband when I speak about people who actively working in what the drive of feminism is about.
Yes. That even brings me to like men that get intimidated by women who earn more.
Mm-hmm. Very, very sad.
Oh my
Like,
god.
you shouldn't live your life comparing
That
yourself
thing
to any, not even talk
infuriating.
about your partner. not to talk about your
There's some
partner.
women that I say women. There's some men that can't stand their women being
Mhm.
successful. They can't stand it for the life of them. Like, it's like, what are you talking about?
Mhm.
Excuse me. I think like this same cruise channel, there was an episode I watched. Whether okay, it was the anti-feminist versus feminist one. The woman was a top banker and she married her. She was not yet a top, but as she got married, she eventually rose to the top. And her husband became uncomfortable with it. Her husband was like, "Oh, quit your job. Oh, I can't stand you doing this anymore." And she had to go for therapy to like
Get one.
get move past it because I think
Mhm.
she divorced him or something. And it made me be like, what's this ego play that can't watch you and like you can't stand to see that your partner is
Upbringing.
more successful than you are?
Upbringing. Once again, I said that patriarchy. It was set up by a bunch of people that wanted to achieve something. They
Something,
achieved
yes.
this, right? And now they probably, for sure, are not with us, but they have people in place that are still
That's
upholding
so
these very, very, very sad
nasty way of life.
opinions, right? So it all boils down to upbringing. You can see it primary school because somebody got you got 7 and then Angela got 9 or 10. You say she doesn't even know anything. She's not even fine. Oh, she's not. She things like this. It starts from there.
Oh, like oh my god! Anytime a woman does something, the first thing you're going to call her is oh she's an ashawo, oh she's not on that, she's not
Why?
all that.
Mm-hmm.
Men do that thing. Oh, if
A
your woman
woman's
doesn't want to give
success
you
is not independent of her
of her looks,
sexuality
of
or
how she reacts or how she
how
even
she
dress.
looks.
If she has it up there, she has it up there. If you don't have it up there, sorry for you. It's nobody's fault if I don't have it up there. Next time in your next life, you have it up there.
But when I even think about people like this, I don't know. I just have so much empathy for them because that is a very horrible way to live life.
It actually is.
Very, very horrible way to
Because
live
I feel
life.
like you should even be happy that your partner is doing anymore.
It's a
Because
partnership, literally.
now the partner can even contribute more and the partner is not going to be solely dependent on you that
Mm-hmm.
oh if you don't provide you will not eat in this house. You understand? So you should be able to support your wife, even support your wife to even be even bigger than you. It shouldn't be a thing of ego. And when I mean I've spoken to men about it before and they're like, oh some of them are like, oh I don't mind. But when she now starts to be like she can be the boss here.
Is that need of for control that they can't really suppress. I
And I'm
mean, as a
like,
person, if you are earning more than your partner, right, and then you see it as a means to
to
think
oppress
you can
them,
lord
yes.
them, for sure you're doing something wrong.
Wrong.
But when
Yes.
you just assume, and now due to gender, assume that your partner earning more than you is
Means they will
giving
lord
them
you
giving
over.
yeah giving them the power to
To lord you over.
I don't know.
Rest in Jesus' name.
It's like you anticipate. They haven't even started,
Started,
and you're already
I
anticipating,
feel
and you're
like
already
some
working
men are
towards.
predisposed to it. So it's like once they see that their partners are trying to like earn more, they start to get GT and so weary. They're just like ah,
It doesn't sit
uh,
well with me.
that's why they will tell you go and quit your job. I was so oh my god, I hear a lot of stories. I watch a lot of podcasts to be fair. And someone was like when she started to do well for herself, whenever she tries to bring up a business idea and she tells her husband that business will not go through.
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
But when
She didn't tell
she
him.
didn't tell him is if
She had a
you
whole.
I was like, huh?
Sure, guys, that's supposed to be. I need you. Everybody should understand that. When you decide, when you say boyfriend, it's not by mouth. Oh. This is your life partner, and they influence so
Like
much. They have so much access to you. They have more access to you than your parents probably. Definitely,
you do.
this is your life partner. Please pick wisely. Let's all be guided. What will you just mention, and then all of a sudden
You
you're
can't go through anymore.
what the heck?
I was
What the
like,
actual heck?
sorry. So basically, your partner is your biggest hope. That's what it means. That's what yeah.
Mm,
That's crazy, please.
very very sad.
That is crazy. If you think you can't tolerate a partner doing well, just leave the partner. Walk away. Find someone quote unquote that you think will not do well. But I feel like if you even have that mindset that oh my
That's
partner
very
can't do well,
horrible.
do better than I am doing, that's
Imagine
already -10 for you because why would you have that kind of mindset and obstruct your partner from reaching a level of success? Because if you actually look at it, it happens to a lot of Nigerian women. They don't once is that's why people tell you, oh, once you marry, it's not you just born.
you
You
know what?
this thing will not
If I would give a very a like an example of this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Really hurts me. I was in junior school, right?
Yeah.
And I had this lady that used to make my hair. She would make my hair so well. Like,
Wow.
during the weekends, that's the only time I have to make my hair. If she's not available, I literally want to throw a tantrum. Cause why isn't she there to make my hair? And then all of
Yeah.
a sudden she gets pregnant, she has to get married. And then the man is like, oh, you're not going to make anybody's hair anymore. You're not going to earn a living. You're it was absolutely everything she was doing had to stop. And he made sure. And this lady would just, I wouldn't say waste away, because motherhood obviously is a
It's
gift,
a,
right? For
yeah, it's
those
a
that want
job.
to get into it. But she had these talents, because people would literally leave several places from all over the city to come
Come
sit
to
with her. And she wasn't even the owner of the shop. Like, she
top.
was working with someone, and people would literally look away from everybody and come to this lady. And then he said, no, I don't want you doing this. And it really hurts me. I think these are things I saw growing up that made me
And
very
it still
aware.
happens. Funny enough, it still happens. I feel like some people get married and almost like they lose their sense of self.
Mm-hmm.
They forget the dreams and the passions that they had, and they just assimilate into marriage, and it's like, yes, Lord, yes, Master. But I feel like you should come out of it in a sense that you had dreams growing up, you had things you wanted to do with your life. Because
Mm-hmm.
you've gotten married now does not mean that those dreams stop. Even if
Mm-hmm.
you have children, I mean, children are a big responsibility. Again, be mindful of the kind of people that you have children with. Let's start with that. But children
Yes.
are a good responsibility. I say good, a good drive, yes,
Yeah.
but
Good.
a
Big
heavy
responsibility.
responsibility. And yes, it swamps away a woman's time, and there's a tendency for you to lose yourself in the
Mm-hmm.
big basket that is motherhood. But at the core of it, another thing I would think feminism stands for is always remembering your dreams and working towards them. That's why you have some NGOs that reach out to women for small businesses, and they give them grants, they give them loans that, okay, you're doing this, we see the work you're putting in. That's
Mm-hmm.
great, that's fantastic. Don't, because now you've married or you've had children, just let it go so easily that it's like you forget what you wanted to do with your life.
Yeah, I mean, it's not taken away from people that believe that their sole purpose here is to be mothers and be wives
Okay,
and
yeah,
have
there are,
like
there are people
the
that their
traditional
ambition
home.
in life was to be a
Definitely.
housewife. That's
But
fine.
we
That's fine.
we are just mentioning that it's not
Yeah,
exactly for everybody,
it's not
and it
even for
shouldn't. The
everybody.
point of feminism is giving you the chance to choose. Is
Yes,
this what I want?
once.
If it's not what I want, giving you the power, empowering you to be able to remove yourself, because some of these things boil down to traditional beliefs, right? Value systems and how they've been constructed. So feminism doesn't take away tradition. It's not the
Mhm.
point. It's just challenging, right? And
Mhm.
asking, is it being practiced in a safe way? As a woman, as different times in your life, I mean, I make a conscious effort to just ask myself, you're not, when med school, you're not always fulfilled. But I'll just ask myself, at this moment, let's minus like things that I can't exactly control. Am
Control.
I fulfilled right
Yeah.
now? Am I comfortable? Do I like where I'm at?
Mm.
Just take your time. So it's not necessarily for everybody at certain points in time, but the whole point is giving you a chance to choose what you would like to do.
Even to be honest, even to an extent, there's a way this housewife thing kind of comes to play in the sense that some people are forced to be housewives. So you don't have a choice. The man will tell you you can't work anymore. If you need money, ask me. If you need, I'll give you this money for the amount
He will not give
of
you.
the for the month. I'll give you, let's say, I'm using
He's not
Nigerian
going to
naira
give.
now. I'll give you 500K.
He
Outside
will
of
not
that,
give you.
I can't do whatever you want. And it kind of boxes women into that space where you ask that. That's what I mean. When you've married and okay, you meet this kind of person, I won't say, oh, just if I say divorce now, it would be like I'm a bad person. But like, if you're with a partner that doesn't support your dreams, doesn't support your ambition, always boxes you down, and always fights whenever you think you want to rise, that person is not your partner. They are your up.
Yes, guys, please sometimes take the time. Life partner, right? Partner, when you have
They are
when
your
you
up.
partner with somebody, you guys work, you
Yeah,
collaborate towards actually achieving goals, and you guys
something.
help each other, obviously, right? You're not constantly giving and not receiving.
Hmm.
So if, I mean, divorce is wrong,
Yeah, it's a
but
long
then
process,
if
but
you've spoken to this person, you've had a
countless
conversation
time.
constantly, Me personally, I hate to repeat myself, but okay, like talk to him 100 times a year about it.
Yeah, yeah.
At a certain point, you have to do better for yourself.
Yeah, because
You have to
also
do better for
these men
yourself.
tend to want to use that to control you because of course you're at home. You don't have any source of income, you're not doing anything, you're just taking care of the home, which is personally I mean I'm not even going to lie, I don't even support that whole belief of you just sit at home in your house like you don't have any source of income, you don't do anything, all you do is depend on your husband. I feel like just have some even if it's a business you're doing, just be doing it from the what's the word? Have something you're doing basically. Have something that is putting food on your table. Like
A sense of
if your husband decides that oh he
self.
wouldn't what's the word? He wouldn't give you money for something like for example, you should have like money for yourself. It doesn't even have to be something big. I mean everybody wants to be a billionaire housewife. I'm not going to lie. It's a good life. Just be chopping billions in your house. But again, it's just always good to keep yourself busy with something. Have a business. Even if you are selling something or you can be a cake, I say cake, a caterer, a business a business woman. You can even be an influencer. I think there are a couple influencer housewives I know. They are making money on social media and that's actually good money. Just be doing something so that first of all you're not idle and you're also not losing yourself in the process because you're just sitting at home and all of that. And now, what do you think, or what kind of future would you want to see girls have or women grow up to have, basically?
Once again, I mentioned it earlier, like a future where you're not limited by default just because
You're born
you're
a
born
girl.
as a girl. A future where women get to have opportunities. Women are able to walk into certain places that they
Nothing.
weren't allowed to be in spaces. Uh, Women are very, very important parts
Yeah,
of
yeah. They say
of this.
if you raise a woman, you raise a community. Am I saying that right? If you raise a
I don't know.
woman, you
I
raise
can't
a
confirm for
community.
you.
Something like
But
that.
yeah, I mean, women are very, very. Everybody is
Important.
important part of the society.
Yeah.
I'll also a future where men are not like the centerpiece of feminism.
Yeah.
Well, a future where men are able to be allies, perfectly understand the cause, the drive,
Right.
and help to work towards it
Yeah.
because it's very important as well. In spaces where there are no women, I hope that someday men will be able to stand up and
And
say,
defend women. Yeah.
I am a feminist in the sense that
Mm.
I believe that women deserve better. Yeah.
Okay, so to conclude, what would you say are like the major misconceptions or misunderstandings about feminism that people hold dear and propagate to the society, which will make like the average person tell you, "Oh, I'm not a feminist. I don't want to be a feminist." That kind of thing.
The feminists are men haters.
Yeah,
The feminists are
nobody cares that much enough to hate men. Like, oh, of
The
course.
feminists are angry. The feminists wouldn't get married. They wouldn't have the feminists that they are not happy. People believe that somewhere. I mean, when you have so much hatred towards a bunch of people, you just and me, I automatically
Yeah.
understand that there's a part of you that is unfulfilled, right?
Yeah.
But then once again, I mentioned that everything outside the true concept of feminism is no longer feminism. So feminism, feminism is not about hating men. That is not the
It's
point of
not.
feminism, right?
Absolutely not.
Feminists are angry. Once again, I mentioned why that could be like
It's
a
more like even
perspective,
passion.
but
Yeah.
once again, we are not just an angry set of people that want to destroy. No, that's not the point of it. And then you can be a feminist. You can get married and have children and be happy. It has no. They don't have anything to do with each other. They
And
have
some
absolutely
bashing
nothing
women,
to
some
do with
bashing
each
women
other.
that online they say their friends and they marry. Okay.
Please let people live.
Did they tell you that oh because I'm a feminist
Let
I don't
people
like
live.
men? Nobody said that.
You see men do very, very interesting and questionable things
Things,
as you
yes.
end up living the end up settling into the traditional lifestyle.
Yeah.
No, people
Nobody
hardly question them.
cares.
People hardly do. So once again, guys, just know that's understand,
Understand what it truly meant.
understand, and be able to differentiate.
Feminism from misandry. Differentiate guys.
Yeah.
At the core of it, just before you open your mouth, say, "Oh, I'm not a feminist." Ask yourself, what is the true meaning of feminism? What does feminism actually stand for? What does it? Don't look at what people are saying on social media. Go and check your dictionary. That dictionary have in your house. Go to your library and pick it up and read. I think it's feminism there. It should be there.
And
I can't remember last time I picked up a dictionary, but it should be there.
and ask how has feminism
Improve,
impacted
yes.
and improvement? Like what are the benefits? What are the privileges that I'm taking part in today that I can attribute to the efforts of people who have constantly fought for for feminism. Yeah, so ask yourself, listen, don't just hear, and comprehend. Comprehension is very, very
It's very
important.
key. Be a feminist today, guys.
Be a feminist.
And stand for feminism.
Yes.
Anyways, that's a wrap on today's episode. Thank you so much for being my guest.
Thank you for having
I
me.
really, really appreciate. As usual, guys, subscribe to our channel. Subscribe. Tell them to subscribe.
Guys, please subscribe. Yeah.
Like.
If you're not subscribing, what are you doing?
You get it's free. I promise you, it doesn't cost you a kobo or a cent.
They know.
Nothing.
You know. It doesn't cost you anything.
Subscribe to the channel, like, share, comment how you feel about feminism in the comment section. Your opinions about it, what you think it should stand for, and all of that. Leave a comment in the comment section. Follow us on Spotify, on Instagram, Apple Podcast. Give us a 5-star rating. If you rate us 5 stars, Spotify recommended us to more people. We get the mathematics. So subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on all platforms. Follow up on Instagram at everything in dot between pod. I repeat, everything in dot between pod. I'll put the link in the description box. And as always, I remain your host, Michelle. Until next time.
And I need to add.
What happened?
I need to mention that since we're talking about feminism today, if you haven't done everything that our host has said, you're anti-feminist.
Period. Oh my god.
You're anti-feminist.
What's happening? Say remind me.
Clock it.
Clock it.
Bye guys.
Bye. Oh my god, thank you so much.